Hello everyone. Right off the bat, I want to thank you so much for sharing your ideas when I put out the video asking for your ideas for new video topics, and you just all chimed right in with terrific topics. I'm looking forward to covering them. Also, there were the topics that you suggested back in February, I think it was, when Travel Grandma and I did that live talk after the tour, the premiere of the tour. So your ideas, I want you to know, they're all in here and I'm gonna be working on them. So I just keep them coming. Put them in the comments. I do read all the comments, really enjoy the comments. It's how we keep this a living channel, right? We keep that back and forth going. Now, let's dive in to the updates. I want to fill you in on what's been going on. Lots of changes are afoot. As you may know, I returned to Vermont at the end of the snowbirding period. And when I wanted to let you know that when I arrived and I was driving along the East Coast and up north, as excited as I was to be returning home to my friends and husband and, you know, my community up there, I was also filled with the sense that I was going backwards. Like this is not who I really am. I definitely found a part of myself that had been lost for a lot of years. Found it back west. And you may not know, but I lived in Albuquerque for about 10 years in my teens and early 20s. And my heart got left there when I moved out east. So that was a real homecoming for me to do this trip this year. So returning was very mixed. And you might find, if you ever do snowbirding or van life, or if you already are, that the goodbyes and the hellos, you know, they're mixed. Like there can be this excitement about going on to the next adventure, and sadness about leaving places, things, and people you love. So I definitely experienced that embarking on the snowbirding journey and returning to Vermont from it. So there have been some changes, and I want to share these with you because this is a part of van life that I haven't seen talked about much, and I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. It's a very emotional part of the experience. How to figure out what shape to make one's life, how many possessions to have, whether or not to keep the apartment or the house or the land, whether or not to let them go and essentially be untethered, which could mean family and existing friends feeling like you're leaving them, and you feeling like your hold on them is a bit more tenuous, or a deepening of those connections because there could be more joy, and so it's a lot to figure out. In my case, I have been steadily, all my friends and family will tell you, Blue Wonder Lady has been steadily clearing those possessions for about 12 years, which you may or may not be able to relate to. And that means giving things away, donating them, selling them, throwing them away, recycling, the whole gamut. So it's been nonstop unburying myself. One thing that I missed while on the road was a book. There was one book, just one book out of a whole slew of books that I missed. And it's a book I haven't even read in years, but it kept coming into my mind's eye. So that was it, one book. Also, I wanted to share with you some of the things that I didn't miss while I was on the road. And so coming back to the house was wild, because I walked in and there were all these objects everywhere. And you know what? There was no attachment, right? No attachment to the books, no attachment to the linens, no attachment to a lot of the photographs, no attachment for the first few days. And then the more I saw them around me and the more I touched them, the more I started to feel that attachment come back. So gotta say, being away for that long can be really helpful if you are wanting to discern what to keep and what to let go of. Go away. Maybe one idea is to just go away for a good long stretch and see what you miss. And then come back and see what doesn't have any charge. And I would recommend immediately reducing those objects rather than waiting for the attachment to come back. My husband and I are now officially empty nesters. So we are putting the house on the market, and we honestly don't know where we are going next, which is a wild thought to do. Snowbirding is one thing, full-time van life is another. My husband, I will tell you, does not want to do van life. That makes for a very interesting mix. So we are going to wing it for a while, stay with friends, maybe look for land to put a little perch on as a home base. And that's what we're in the midst of. So I wanted to share this with you because this is a part of real life. For me, I want to do van life. I want to keep doing it and mix that in with home life with my husband. If you can relate, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And I did miss the kitchen. I gotta say, as lovely as this kitchen is, as functional as it is, surprisingly, I miss standing in a kitchen and walking around and turning around to the island and then turning around to the stove. So the idea going forward is to recreate this by having some folding large tables that can be set up outside under a canopy, one as the cooking area and one as the island. And if they're a little bit higher than, the regular tables, then it can be like standing in a kitchen or sitting at an island. So that's the plan. The other thing that I missed was a dedicated space for my computer. Now, you may recall me saying that on Travel Grandma's tour. It's just really nice to already have your computer set up and, and go and sit down and start typing. I really like that. And so much of my work is done on the computer that's a really important part of my flow. So I'm going to figure that out. And then the third and only thing that I missed was a real mattress. So I've got to figure that out as well. All right, but that's it. The rest, if I'd never seen it again in my entire life, I don't think I would have missed it. So most of it's leaving, most of it's going. So those are the main updates. Got back, realized, this isn't the direction I want to be going. So we're changing it up, selling the house so that I can have more freedom. And then also reducing, minimizing, coming down to the essentials, and then thinking about how to improve, for me, how to improve my experience of van life even more. So that's what's been going on, as well as just working and taking care of family with COVID. Those are the thoughts. I wanted to catch you all up. I just got to say, it's terrific sharing this journey with you. There is so much support that we all give each other. And there are other YouTube channels where this is true too. And I'm certainly experiencing that here on the Blue Wonder Lady channel. So thank you all for being a part of it. Together we can do it, and enjoy your journey.